Right. So, friends, we are going to begin. We are going to have a recap on whatever that we have learned for this duration of 1 month. Okay. So that it would be useful for the students who are really preparing for the exams immediately, and at the same time, whatever the whole program is conducted on that, if we just have a recap, and if you have followed by any doubts of yours, it'll be really helpful to you, and that would be a greater advantage. So if you haven't noted down the important aspects, so these presentations today tomorrow will be dwelling upon the strategies how to answer various types of questions once again, so that it would be very useful to you. So make running notes when it is needed, and if you have the doubts, just leave them in the chat box. At the last 5 minutes, I'll open up for the doubts. You can come up with your doubts. Okay, so we'll start from the beginning once again, right? So very good evening to all of you. I guess you all know what is IELTS. IELTS is International English Language Testing System, right? And this is the exam which is conducted by three of the organizations. You have to know all these things. There's a reason why it is recap, taking few seconds of your time. So it is conducted by British Council, IDP, Australia, and Cambridge University, Cambridge Assessment English, right? So now whenever a student writes IELTS, he or she has an option to write it in two ways. One is a paper-based test, the other one is a computer-based test, okay? So you can take a decision wisely what to go for. But personally, if you ask me to recommend, I would straight away go for recommending a paper-based test, because it has its own flexibility of transferring the questions from question paper to answer sheet in the listening exam. Okay. And also some more advantages in writing and everything. If you're not fast in typing, it would just take up your toll. Okay. So better all of you, as far as my knowledge is concerned. And if you're really you're computer savvy and you are very perfect in your listening part and all, better go for computer based exam. But 90% I prefer only paper based exam. Okay. Now, so as these three are the organizations, British Council is one of the esteemed organizations which always works for looking at the quality of English, and it is spread all over the world. Okay. So British Council is a major partner, and for people who are entering into Australia, this is the official exam. IELTS is an official exam. For rest of the countries like Canada and other countries, yes, some other exams are also accepted, but for Australia, IELTS is mandatory. Even for Canada, it is mandatory. And I'll tell you in the next coming slides what countries accept and how many countries will accept this. Okay. And Cambridge University, Oxford University, Cambridge University, I guess you guys have listened to them. They are the elite universities in the world. And the assessments of IELTS will be done by the top-notch faculty of the Cambridge University. So the assessment of a paper, whether it is a computer-based or else the paper-based test, it will be done twice, 2 times, okay, by the examiners of IELTS. So you should be really very, very careful, but at the same time, it is not at all the toughest exam. It's easy to crack. It's easy to crack provided you put your concentration properly, understand the strategies, and you have a peace of mind and your confidence that you can get through it. Okay? Now, and IELTS is accepted in many countries all over the world, right? And nearly 140 countries, more than 140 countries, 135 plus is guaranteed, more than 140 countries accept IELTS, okay? Right? Now, why? 2.2 million plus test takers are taken each year. It's a very famous test. Compared to SAT, TOEFL, or GRE, GMAT, when they go for the higher levels. When this GRE means an exam which a BTech student writes when he or she has to go to USA. TOEFL is a combination language test when people are attempting an exam only to go for USA. But whereas IELTS is a very flexible exam. See, 8,000 plus organizations accept IELTS in 135 countries. Many universities are welcoming you through IELTS. Okay. And it also It is also recognized not only for the education into academics, as I mentioned, organizations, even into employment as well as immigration, you people are eligible to take IELTS. The basic qualification can be your 10th grade. Even before that, also, you can give your IELTS, not a problem. But one thing which you have to consider before writing IELTS is, friends, the score is valid only for 2 years. Okay, so if you are right, if you're planning to go, suppose you are there in third year, better you write in the last semester of third year, or else even first semester of third year, not a problem. But make sure that your GRE score or something else is given very immediately after that. Okay, or else before, after giving GRE, you can go for this. Okay, and even in many universities in USA are accepting only IELTS also, even Canada. Okay, next, the IELTS test is offered up to 4 times a month. It has its own flexibility, so you have your slots. You can just go into British Council portal or else IDP portal, any portal. From the two portals you can register yourself. Many of them go through IDP portal and also British Council. So better you check your dates, and before you go for your booking of the examination slot, you have to have your passport done. Okay, so everyone should have a passport. The number of passport is asked in the registration process. So all of you apply for the passports, which is really very important. Okay, and it's not a difficult cause nowadays. Very easily you're getting the passports, provided all your documents are perfect, right? And it is developed by the world's leading experts. As I said, Cambridge University, British Council are the top notch testing the quality of the language English and implementing the language English all over the world. And now, why IELTS and TOEFL are tested? IELTS and TOEFL are tested only to check whether we as foreign learners are able to present ourselves in a native way, or else understand the native English speakers in a normal way. That's it. Okay. So that's the reason why they test in four basic fundas, right? And after you have given your test, you got your passport, you booked your slot, and you have given your test, my dear friends, only after 13 working days. It's not 13 days, it is after 13 working days you'll get your result. Okay. So if any student is in fourth year, please be very soon pick up, because the days are going to close. Your fall semester is going to come. And for every university, you have the intake in fall and in spring. The spring intake is completed for this year, because December itself, January itself, the classes would have started. Even for fall, before the end of February, everything should be completed. Only then you could be in a position to apply for the fall of this August. Fall in the sense it comes in August. So you should be acting very faster. Okay. So somebody has put the mic, unmuted themselves. Please mute it. I want 100% mute. Okay. Now, what are the basic things which are tested, and the modules which are tested in IELTS? As you all know, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, listening is tested for 30 minutes. Let me tell you, one of our students yesterday, she is Miss Sanjana Verma. Okay, she's working in Ahmedabad and as an architect. Sanjana, can you introduce about your Miss Sanjana? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Please tell about yourself. What is the reason for you to write the test and everything?
Hi everyone. I've completed my BTech in 2016, like 4 years ago, probably 5 years, and I'm currently working in a design university. And the reason I wanted to go is I waited this long to gain some experience, like couple of years of job experience, and then get into business, like Masters of Business Administration. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm applying for this September intake 2021. So I have my exam on 30th of this month. I've completed my speaking test on 24th, couple of days back.
Thank you, Sanjana.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So, friends, actually, if you remember, she told she has completed her speaking test on Sunday. Means couple of days back. It was on Sunday, and her writing test writing, listening, and reading test is on this Saturday, approaching Saturday. So there is a 1 week gap in between the modules. So if you look at the test is extended in LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But the speaking will be done on one day, either 1 week before, or 2 days before, or 2 days after, or 1 week after the test, according to the flexibility and the norms of the fixation of your registration. Okay, so if you're booking, why I am stressing on the point is, if you're booking far away, many of you might be belonging to Vijayawada or Vizag. If you're far away from that place, you should be having in your mind that twice you have to be reaching that place, 2 days before and 2 days after, and you have to make your arrangements for that also. Okay, right. Now, come to the listening part. Listening is for 30 minutes and it will have four sections. Okay. One is monologue, the other one is dialogue, monologue, and dialogue. Okay. So you people are going to go with those listening sections and it will have every reading or listening, anything will have 40 questions to be done. Now, if you go for the reading part, it is for 1 hour, solid 1 hour. You'll be given three reading comprehension passages. If you are in, three reading comprehension passages and three sections, and you have 40 questions. Now, let me come back before going into again the writing and speaking. Friends, one thing I want to tell you, the IELTS is divided into two. One is general module, the other one is academic module. Now, if you are willing to go and have your further education abroad, you have to write the academic module. And if you wanted to go for, job purpose or immigration purpose or anything, you have to write the general module. In case you have the reading part, okay, there's a slight difference in the writing and reading of general module, whereas speaking and listening are common. The common sections for both the academic and general module are listening and speaking, whereas reading and writing will have a slight difference, where we'll be, explaining in the coming slides. Now, if you consider reading, in reading, you have to be really very keen in understanding what the author is willing to say, because the knowledge in the reading passages can be from anywhere in the part of the world on any sort of knowledge. Okay, so you have three reading comprehension passages of minimum length of 1,000 to 1,500 words, and you have to decide that your knowledge and your common sense is not final. Only the author's common sense and the author's expression is final. Okay, so your answers will be given to you in such a way that they will be deviating you from the normalcy of the author's thought, and where you will have your own commonsensical approach. So answers will be given to balance both, but you have to go only according to the author. Okay, that's where a slight difficulty lies in reading. But if you are with the strategies, it is very easy. And then I request you to mute. And then you have the writing module. And this writing module is for 60 minutes, solid 1 hour again. It is divided into two tasks. Okay, task one and task two. And for task one, you have to write one essay, and task two also you have to write one essay. I'll be showing you in the next slide. And speaking on the other day, you will be having it for, you will be having it either before or after 1 week or 2 days, whatever. You will be having it for 11 to 14 minutes only. As our Sanjana said, it will go very faster. Okay, very, very fast. So it is very important that you have to get ready for speaking at on any particular day, right? So, and it's going to be like a HR interview where you go and face interviews for going into absorption of the companies and all. So it's a face to face, right? And the paper based, if you're writing, you will have listening, reading, and writing in paper based, or else computer based listening, reading, and writing also. Okay. Now, moving on to the next. This goes very keen and deep. Now, I said listening is for 40 minutes, but whole 40 minutes will not be used for writing. Okay, you will be having 30 minutes, the whole listening part. Okay, whatever you are intended to listen in four sections, okay, are made to be heard only in 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes, you have to catch up the flow, and you have to answer roughly on the question paper which has been given to you. And you will be given the last 10 minutes to transfer the question, sorry, to transfer the answers from the question paper to the answer sheet. That is what it is for the listening. So you have the last 10 minutes, leverage in the paper based test, which you don't have in the computer based test. Okay. So that's what which I wanted to tell you. This is a very major flexibility in the paper based test, right? And at the same time, what type of questions would be asked to you? We'll be addressing every type of question in a major presentation, but now, you'll have fill in the blanks, label the diagram, multiple choice, statement completion, gap fillers, all these. You have some variety of 6 to 7 variety of questions in listening, where you have different strategies. In listening, instead of going for strategies, you have to be very keen and you have to be very concentrating, because there is a slight difference between TOEFL's listening and IELTS listening. Normally, whenever any listening test is done in a general scenario in your colleges and all, first they'll read and then they'll ask you to listen. While listening, you'll just listen and make down notes. Okay. Only after that you'll write. Means you are asked to write the answers for the questions. That is like a TOEFL system. Okay, in TOEFL, what happens is you will hear to a conversation. While listening to the conversation, you will be writing the notes, making a note. Note taking, note making has to be implemented in TOEFL. And after completion of listening, you will have the questions coming on the screen, because it is again an internet based test, right? But that is not available in IELTS. First of all, a question paper is handed over to you, friends. And on the question paper, you have the questions 1 to 40, but section wise, set wise, listening will be implemented. Many of you have experienced that. It's not difficult and it's not very easy also. If you miss a flow, you will lose it, right? So it will be like, you have to listen, you have to read while listening, you have to write while listening and reading. So all the three has to go in one go. There should be a good connection and the relation, and the conglomeration of all the three, listening, reading and writing, has to happen at one time. Still, listening is going to be the best part of the IELTS, and most of you can score. Many people, many students who have practiced in this IELTS training session, many of them have gained 9 band score, 8.5, 7.5. Very few children, very few students. No, I don't say even few. No one has got less than 6.5. When we are, because we also rated ourselves according to the band scores. Okay, so it is easy. IELTS listening is very easy. If you want to crack the best score, go for it. Okay. Then you have the reading 40 questions. So I told you, no, there's a difference in general as well as academic. You have 3 passages in academic and 5 passages in general. General training passages are going to be very easier passages, but the strategies are the same type of questions. Okay, so if you guys practice academic reading, general reading is dead easy for you, because that kind of complexity will not be there in the passage, and that kind of indirect version of asking the question will not be there in the general training. Mostly the questions would be direct. 90%, 99% the questions will be direct. Okay. What are the types of questions? Fill in the blanks, multiple choice, true or false, not given. It's a very hard nut to crack. Okay, yes or not, no, not given, and choose the correct headings. Many more, which we are going to address in this slide, the presentation. And then you go for writing. And I already told you there's a difference between the academic and general. For academic, as I said, both of them will have the 2 tasks. For academic, the first task is said to be a non-verbal task. You will be given any kind of diagram, which can be a graph or a diagram or a map, anything, any kind of a graph also. You have n number of graphs. And we have different approaches to different graphs, and different words and gap fillers are to be used, linkers are to be used when you're presenting your essays, which are to be taken into consideration. And you have to take only 20 minutes to write this, and you have to write minimum of 150 to 170 words. And when I have given the session, I said 190 should be written if you are aiming for the highest scores of 8, with proper vocabulary and proper grammar. Okay. And task 2 is a general essay where mostly 95% argumentative essays would be given. When you are doing your argumentative essay, you have to be taking a proper stand. So essay of number 2 will be having a length of 250 words. Okay, minimum of 250 words, but maximum of 27. So maximum 275. But I would rather say minimum you write 275 words so that the count will not be less. If the word count is going to be less, there is a penalization of mark. There is a penalization of band score. So better you write 25 to 50 words more so that you will be on a safer side and you will be having a better approach towards your marks. Okay. And now in general training, you have the task 1, which is a letter, and task 2, which is an essay, normal essay, kind of the second task for both. Okay. And now for speaking, coming to the speaking, it's just for 11 to 14 minutes. The section 1 is introduction and set of questions. They will be like icebreakers which will make you, as well as the examiner, to understand what's your thought process, how fluent are you, and how what is the flow of your thought, how are you presenting logically the concept which is being asked. All those will be tested. Okay. And section 2, in order to test how much you can go and constitute about your topic. The given topic which is given is very important, so it is called as a cue card round. And the cue card round is for 2 minutes, but after they'll give you a card. On the card they'll be giving you the main content, and below that you will have the hints which are given to you. So based on the hints, what happens is you have to take the help and you have to prepare the answer for the question which is given, and you will be given 1 minute time for preparation. For section 1, you will not have even 1 minute time for preparation. And section 2, you have 1 minute time for preparation, but you have to speak for 2 minutes. Okay. Minimum 2 minutes is the talk where you go with. And the last one is a round where it will be a discussion, it will be a dialogue between both of you, the examiner and you, based on the answers that you have given in the cue card round. So it also tests your attitude, the way that you're presenting your thought, and the way that you are executing your opinion is very important. So there should not be any deviation between 99%. There should not be any deviation between the second and the third round in expression of your comment. Okay. So this completes your whole international English language testing system, both academic module and the general module. Okay. And friends, we are going to have the scores like this for general as well as academic. So, as how are the scores given in the sense? They'll be given the scores on the band. Okay, 9 is the maximum and least is 2.5, right? And whereas if you go for general it is 2.5, and for general as well as academic also it's 2.5, right? Now there is a bit difference between giving the score for academic module as well as general module. There, academic module is a bit tougher version. Bit, I would rather say point, not 1% tough. Okay, suppose you get 40, even that's the reason why, as it is tougher, that's the reason why the scoring will be given a bit of flexibility. And general module is 100% easier, provided, 100% easier for a student. But when suppose a person enters into the job and leaves his or her versatility towards answering the questions, even general module for a job holder will be difficult because they were not used to write. Okay, so they also feel the difficulty like that, but for a student it will be like very easy. As it is easier, the score is given bit tight. Okay, there is just a 1 mark difference between the two. For example, if you see 39 to 40 in academic, if you get, okay, you'll get 9 score. This is both for IELTS listening as well as reading. Whereas if you get 40 on 40 in general only, then you'll get 9 score. See the difference. Here 37 to 38, you get 8.5 in academic. Whereas in general, if you get 39, you will get 8.5. Only 39 will give you 8.5. Because generally is easy. As you all know, it's commonsensical approach. Whenever a question papers are tough, The marks will be evaluated easily. The evaluation process will be easy. Marks will be flexibly given. Same thing happens in IELTS also. Academic module, a bit more less answers with accuracy will also have a better score. Okay. But those who are going for a job purpose should be writing only the general module, not the academic module. They won't consider general academic module if you're going for the other purpose. Now, if you look at the nomenclature or the grading system, 1 to 9 band scores are given. I already instructed all of you not to look not to look below 7. 6, 6.5, okay. Many of the universities accept, but why I rather say don't look into that. You look at 7 minimum 7. It's not tough, provided you use all the strategies properly. So don't go for 5 at all. So 6, if you're having 6, you are a competent user. If you're having 7, if you get 7, you're a good user, very good user if you are at 8, and you're an expert user if you're at 9. So you decide where do you want to fall at 7, 8, 9. And I'm repeating once again that it is not at all tough to get 7 plus. Okay. Now this is the paper. Friends, this is a paper, especially this. See here, there is a word listening mentioned. Okay, on the other side, the other paper will be there for reading. So if you look at here, you have to mention the code center and everything, which I will show you the whole thing again tomorrow. If you're writing the exam, immediately that will be helpful to you. So this is how the OMR sheet or the answer sheet of your listening looks like. Okay. Next, this is for general information, friends. And this is for reading. And this is how it has to be filled up. So if your number is 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, you have to fill those. Date, the test date, right? When this in the listening side, you have this so many boxes, whereas on the reading side, you will have this. That's it. Right? Fine. Now, today we will be mostly dwelling upon the reading, which is the major part of this IELTS exam. Okay. Now, before we go for reading, we have to look at the techniques called as skimming and scanning, right? Now, when we look at the newspaper every day morning, right, we actually ignore the details in the newspaper. We only look at the main headings faster. Wherever we find the main heading, okay, it's fine, it is interesting. My cricket, it's very interesting. It's a very important news item regarding the elections or else regarding whatever. The Sensex, which has touched 10% recently, all those, you might feel interesting and you wanted to read and about the the president Joe Biden, who has taken his oath, whatever, what are his formulations that he is bringing forward for the foreign students, all those things you are interested in. So when you look at only the main headings in the newspaper and you are not focusing on the key content of the matter which is given in the article, you are doing nothing but skimming. Okay, so concentrating on the main information. And when you're doing skimming is a very important technique, especially, major percentage of the technique which is being used in IELTS reading is the skimming. You have to focus on bold words, you have to focus on the headings or titles, and the skimming process starts with understanding the major content in the first sentence and the last sentence. Okay, friends, I would like to tell you one thing here. Whenever you write a passage or a paragraph, or I write a passage or a paragraph, or anyone in the world writes, whatever you are intending to say will be there in the first line, explanation will be there in the next line, and the conclusion, which is based on all the above lines, will be there in the last line. Okay, I repeat, your main intention, what you want to talk in that paragraph, will be there in the first line. Extension of that first line means examples, explanation of the first line will be there in 4 5 lines. Then last line will be a conclusion line where it will touch about various aspects of all the above lines. It's a conclusion. So instead of reading the whole part of every paragraph, which is not needed for every question, you just touch upon the first line and last line. That itself gives you what the author wanted to tell in that paragraph. Then you can touch if it is needed. If it is needed, only then you can go into the middle part of the paragraph, or else it's not urgent. Okay, right. So skimming is one of the technique where you have to be very thorough. So you, while you're doing skimming, you have to go and search for the keywords. Keywords are nothing but the nouns, which means the names, dates, okay, important instances, adverbs, those are the keywords. And then the bold words which are there, normally bold words in Ielts won't be there. In general, bold words, headings or titles are also important. And the first and last sentence paragraph, this is a major aspect of skimming. And now, what is scanning, right? So if you know these two, it will be easy for you to go and enter into the reading. That's the reason why I am touching upon this, right? Now, when you are searching for, let's say, for example, you're searching for a question for true or false not given. You're searching for the keyword which is given in your sentence. So you will do skimming first. Randomly, you check the keywords. Yeah, you found the keyword of that particular question in the second paragraph. Then you'll stop there. Read the lines, you're stopping there. So if you have stopped there after finding the keyword, okay, your keyword is versatility. Yes, your versatility word is already there. Okay, in the second paragraph, third line, stop there. Okay, and what you do is just go before 2 lines as well as after 2 lines. It would be really, that reading thoroughly the before 2 lines and after 2 lines to get a major idea of that particular aspect, and finding out the exact answer is nothing but scanning. Okay, a very, who's that doing it, a very important aspect that you have to look into is that. So the student, I didn't see the name. Can you cross it once again? Fine. Excuse me. I didn't see the name. I was just looking into the. Um, Padmavati ma'am, I will just new share I'll go with, right? Krishna, did you observe who has done it?
Yeah, ma'am, something named like Seva Ganga or something.
Shiva Ganga? Erase it. Maybe you are just scribbling on your phone because the presentation
I
won't be
think
seen.
I think he did, ma'am.
Shiva Ganga. Erase it,
Yeah, he
please.
did, ma'am. He erased, ma'am.
Not all. Still, it is there. Thank you. Don't do it again, okay? Thank you, Krishna. See how you helped me because you used to do it. Thank you. Right. So to find out the exact information, we'll use a technique called as scanning. Now, what are the similarities? See here. Skimming is a quick reading technique. Even scanning is also a quick reading technique. And both of them save a lot of time because in IELTS you have only 20 minutes to answer each and every passage. Whereas if it is GRE, you have only 6 minutes to answer your reading comprehension passage. Okay. And it has a focus on a single purpose. Yes, obviously both the techniques are used to find out only the answers. Let it be any type of question. First, see, for example, if it is true or false not given, we use the skimming process first, then the scanning next. If it is matching the headings, we use the scanning first, then skimming next. So both the techniques will be used, but in vice versa or topsy-turvy manner. Okay. Now, quick eye movements, zigzag eye movement is very important when you're doing the skimming and scanning techniques, right? Now, fine. So if you just want to have the gist of it, to get the main idea, to understand what is actually there, you go for skimming. And to identify the specific answer or the information, you go for scanning. And to have a general overview, you go for skimming. And you only go for finding out the clue word, okay? And finding out the exact answer, clue word or keyword, you can say. After finding keyword, you find what you wanted to find an exact answer, you have to go for scanning, okay? So those are the two very important techniques that first of all you have to absorb into your mind, okay? Only then you have to answer. And then you should not be in a position to look into the reading comprehension answer. Okay, so answering the reading comprehension in a normal or a typical way as you do in your school or college, you have to answer it reverse. As we all know, we have already done. Look at the question, underline the keyword, paraphrase the question, find out the keyword which is there in the passage, and stop, find out the keyword. After finding the keyword, stop there, read before, after 2 lines, you find the answer. Okay, that is general major purpose or the major activity that we do in the reading. And what are very important in reading, major mistake where people will do, you people will feel, yeah, I wrote the answers very well, I'm very keen, the passage is very easy, but your spelling matters. If there should be 2 R's in a word, you have written only single R, your answer is wrong, full answer is wrong. Spellings are very important. Be very particular about spellings. When you're practicing itself, you practice more spellings. I rather say when you are practicing reading comprehension passage, after you have done your passage, just underline the tough words in the passage and try to by heart them. Okay. You also have spelling strategies. Also, you can browse the internet. You can get them, or else just go through number of words. When you have done reading comprehensions, at least if you have done 5 tests, you would have come across 5 3s of 15, and 15,000 words you will be reading, inside which you will have at least 1,000 words spellings you can by heart, okay? So you can do that. And grammar is very very important when you're writing answers. When the question is there in past tense, your answer should also be there in past tense. If it is there in continuous, I'm talking about the short answers. When you're writing short answers, don't randomly just pick the word and break, you just write it there. You have to look at the tense sense of that particular question, and you have to write the answer accordingly, okay? And you have to focus on the meaning. This is very important. Why you have to focus on the meaning is, you might have a different word asked in the question and a different word might be found in the passage. So what you have to do is you have to identify one technique and get friendly with the technique called as paraphrasing. That means if one sentence is given in the question, you should be in a position to make yourself understand, not somebody else, because you yourself are writing the test. So you have to make yourself understand, what is the actual meaning. So to yourself, you have to explain that sentence. So, explanation or making yourself understand in your own version of a sentence is called as paraphrasing. So, you focus on the meaning. And to go into this proper guidance of answering the reading comprehension, you have to read widely, very much. Okay, at least from now, if you don't have the extensive reading habit, at least from now, you read general books, you read Reader's Digest, you read, Word Power Made Easy, which will enhance your vocabulary, and you read the newspapers, especially the editorial parts of the newspapers, especially, anything in English which has been available to you, please give it go. Okay, even in your journals, engineering journals or medical journals, you find so many articles which are written by the authors, and maybe even in your reading also you'll get those sorts of things only. So better you go through all, you become versatile. One day you read about management, you read about history, you read about technology, you read about mathematics, whatever is a literature, anything is available, please, psychology, read it, just to gather general information and understand about yourself, whether you are able to follow what the author says. Author wanted to express about that in his version. If you have understood that in your version, it's of no use. You have to understand the reading part, or anything in writing given to you for reading as the author is intended to do or intended to say. So the thought of you as well as the author should match. Only then you can give the answer according to author, because the answer will be given according to you as well as according to the author also. Okay? And look out for synonyms, vocabulary practice, word power made easy by Norman Lewis. Please make a note of the book. Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. And we have also sent you the vocabulary from AP NRT. The books, soft copies of the books was shared to you, even in writing and everything. Please go through those books, which are really very important. Okay. And very particularly, you have to look at the word count. You should not go beyond the word count. Okay. Right. And one more thing which you have to look into when you're doing your reading is don't spend too much on one single question. I would tell you, friends, you will be given solid 1 hour. For 1 hour, you can answer only one passage for 1 hour and leave two passages. It's up to you if you want a 2.5 score or so. And if in 1 hour you can answer all the three perfectly also, or else in 1 hour you can answer one and a half also. But you will be getting a better score. Remember, you will be getting a better score if you divide your time wisely exactly for 20 minutes. But it might not be possible for all. One passage will be very easy where you can complete it in 10 to 15 minutes itself. Then you can save 5 minutes time. Wherever you have matching headings and all, you will have to take long time. There you have to look into the time. There you have to have 20 or 25 minutes. So manage your time wisely and see that all three passages are done properly. Okay. And also look at the third point, use singular and plural correctly. So if you are writing an answer, not only in tense grammar, even the grammar is tested here with singular and plural also. If you write singular instead of plural when it is required, it is wrong. So that is very important. Okay. And look out for the title, headings, and any special features such as capital letters, underlining, italics, figures, graphs, and tables. That is very important. Okay. Be very keen what you have to observe, whether the title or headings or special features. Okay. And if you really have to write a proper noun, you have to start with a capital letter. Okay. So all those are very important when you are writing your examination, right? Um, and the words, see here, the last point is very important, friends, for you, which I have made. The words you use must be taken from the reading test. You must not change the pattern of the words in the text. Okay? So if the answer is exactly present, mostly answers will be exactly present. Answers will not be paraphrased words. Okay? So those exact answers will have to be matched. But the way that you understand the question should be paraphrased by you, and you have to check accordingly. But the answer will not be the paraphrase. It will be exactly as the word which is there in the passage only. So believe in that and go for searching the word. Okay? Right. Now let us go into various types of questions without wasting time. So first we go with true or false not given. Friends, true or false are okay, but not given is something which is a trap. Okay? Even yes, no, not given is also the same process, right? Now, what is this? Now, if you have to answer true or false, not given, you have to first see the line which is given in the question. So, friends, all of you are not reading the reading comprehension passage first. Suppose first reading comprehension is given to you. You are given 14 questions or 13 questions, whatever. Okay. First set is true or false not given. Don't touch the reading comprehension passage. Straight away come to the questions. Listen to me carefully. Straight away come to the questions. Underline the keywords of the true or false not given. 5 sentences are given. Underline the keywords. As I said, keywords are names, means the proper nouns, dates, any adjective or adverb. Okay. So these are the keywords. Now, after underlining, just go for searching every keyword, and it will not, skimming process is very easy. You have to practice that first. use a newspaper or a magazine and all. Practice, or else reading tesophiles, practice skimming, or everyday newspaper. Find out the heading and find out the keyword and then stop there. Yes, you found the first keyword of the first sentence in the passage. Listen to me again, I'm telling you. First sentence, you're answering when the true or false not given. In the first sentence, there is one keyword which is there, okay, as per the question. Stop there, okay. Read before two lines and read after two lines. And you understood that whatever the question is saying is given in the passage. You understood that whatever the question is saying or question is asking or expressing is also given in the passage, but in a different way. But the meanings are same. Then, then, okay, I'm not telling exactly the same. The concept is discussed. Okay, then it can either be true or false. I repeat once again. You have gone through the first question. You underline the keyword. You search for the keyword in the second paragraph or third paragraph. Keyword is there. Okay. Don't go with the keyword only. After looking at the keyword, read two lines, after two lines, before two lines, and try to get the normal meaning of the content. And if the meaning of the content and your sentence are matching, meanings of the sentences are matching, that means the concept is discussed. Only when the concept is discussed, it can either be true or false. Suppose, even though you have found the keyword and you felt the concept is not at all discussed, it is not addressed, and sometimes even keyword will also not be there, then it is to be not given. Okay, see here, that is what is given in the passage. I repeat, for not given. You were searching for the keyword, you didn't find the keyword, not given. Or else you were searching for the keyword, read before lines, two lines, as well as read after two lines. You didn't find any information matching to the sentence which is given in the question. What is the question? Just answer it as not given. When something is discussed according to the sentence given, then you have to check whether it's true or false or not. True or false. When it is not at all discussed, it is not given. Okay? So be very careful. Not given question is a trap. Not given question is a trap, and it is easy also, provided you really prospectively read the passage. Okay? Right. In the beginning, you might find it difficult, but once you practice two or three passages, it would not be difficult for you. You can easily crack that not given. Okay? So, does the passage have information about this? Means the sentence. If it is yes, only then it can be true or false. If it is no, if the passage doesn't have the information of the sentence given, then it is not given. Okay? Fine. So be careful. Now, that is what the explanation says. Now, let us go with the second type of question, which is called as multiple choice questions. Now, true or false not given, what did you do? You underline the keyword and you search for the keyword. Now, for the multiple choice questions, look at the top statement, the question statement carefully. Okay. Then, obviously, you have to underline the keywords. Now, before underlining the keywords, you paraphrase. Paraphrase it means make yourself, or else you can use your pencil and you can write there itself in rough handwriting, faster handwriting. Okay. What did you understand from the sentence? Just two, three words. Then you will understand whether the meaning is understood by you or not. Paraphrasing. See, I am only explaining on the base because presently we have no every question we can't do it as if right now. We have already completed all those things. Just recalling what we have done. So we are paraphrasing it. And after paraphrasing, underline the keyword, go to the passage and go for skimming. Try to find out the needed information. Okay. And during skimming, highlight the statement related areas. So you have some keywords mentioned now. So you, when you're skimming, just highlight the areas, underline wherever. Means actually you need not underline, you just go through your eyes in such a way that, and you trace out, oh, in the fourth paragraph, in last two lines, the answer might be there. Because the paraphrased question is matching to the two sentences which are being here. Or you might find the keywords there in the last fourth and fifth sentence of that paragraph. Okay. And you have found the keyword, you have understood the concept is there from that part of the paragraph. Now you try to go to the answers. Okay. Now in the answers also, search whether that is matching to this. Every statement you try to match. Four answers are given. Yes, four statements you try to match to what you found there. Okay. If that is matching towards the information which is present over there, yes, it is the answer. If it is not matching, it is not the answer. That's it. It's not tough like not given. I repeat how to answer. The strategy is, okay, listen carefully. All of you should read the statement properly. After understanding the statement, means after reading the statement, I recommend you personally to go with the paraphrasing, means make yourself understand. Okay, what is the meaning of the sentence? If you want, make a note over there. Okay, then take the keyword or take the content and search for the keywords or skim the passage. Okay, after you have found the keywords in the passage in that particular paragraph, stop there. You understood where the area where the sentence lies or the answer lies. Then you go to the question again, read the four choices and try to match with the two lines or one line which you have found. And if that is matching to this, yes, that is the answer. And it is easy. One of the easiest questions is multiple choice question. Where you will be fallen into traps is sometimes, there will be questions where they are very positive, the author is intended to express you other than this, not alike. Okay, which means you have to look at the question carefully. What are the linkers? Whether the author is asking what he wanted to, or whether the author is asking what he doesn't want to. So finding out that gap fillers are also linkers are also very important when you're finding the keywords. For example, you found out the keyword, but in the question not is a word which is given. That means you will find the answer which is given by the author as it is. But in the question, it is clearly mentioned with the word not, but you might, in hurry, you might have forgotten not, and you might have matched the answer for the exactness of what the author intended. But there is also an answer for the word not. Unnecessarily, you have done a mistake. Traps will be there in multiple choice. The difficulty comes in multiple choice when you don't see the exact key, exact grammar keyword, which is like negative words or half semi-negative words when they are given. So be very careful about the semi-negative words. Hardly, scarcely, seldom, unlike, not, never. These words are important. If you don't see them, it would be difficult. Rest, multiple choice is the easiest question which you can handle. Okay. Now, yeah, let us go to the next one, which is sentence completion. These are all again the same things. Matching paragraphs to headings, I will tell you very, detailedly in the next coming slides. And multiple choice, I already told you. Just look at here. Reading questions and underline keywords and any names, the questions will follow the author of the article, order of the article. Friends, when you are answering, for example, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 questions are there. 1 to 5 questions will be there from one particular part of a paragraph. Okay. So you have to be means the first part of the paragraph. Next set of questions will be from the middle part of the paragraph. Next set of the questions will be from the last part of the paragraph. The difficulty will be there with the matching of headings because it will touch every part of the paragraph, every part of the passage. If your passage contains 10 paragraphs, match the headings will be there for the paragraphs will be there from 7, 8 paragraphs or 10 paragraphs also. Then it is difficult. But just a commonsensical approach. First set of questions will be from the first part, next set from the middle part, next set from the next part. So when the multiple choice questions are given as first 4 questions, That means your first two, three paragraphs are important to answer your multiple choice. Then they're given as last question. Last two paragraphs are needed to be scanned. Okay, that's how you can easily do it. Not at all difficult. Okay, see for everything, yes or not given also. The questions will follow the order of the article. Even yes, no, not given. If they're given as a first, mostly yes, no, not given are either the first set or the last set, not the middle set. Mostly the questions will be given in three sets, and rarely three sets and mostly two sets, right? And look for keywords and synonyms. If you can't find the answer, it is not given. Okay, and now look at the sentence completion. So when you're doing the sentence completion also, the same formula. Every question will have the same formula. Find the keyword. Okay, and when you are writing a sentence completion or else any answer, short answer questions are there, you will be given an instruction by the examiner. You will be given an instruction by the examiner that you write no less than 2 words or write no less than 3 words, 5 words, like that. 5 words I won't give, 3 words will be there. So you should not go beyond three. Okay. So, and you should not write less than three. So there should be exactly three. So you have no more than 3 words. No less than will not be given. No more than 3 words will be given. In my ICSE curriculum, we have no less than, but for Ielts, it is no more than. So no more than in the sense you should not go beyond three. Okay. Now gap fillers. The difficult questions in reading are gap fillers, matching headings, and true or false not given. Sentence completion is also very easy. It will come in order, keyword, find the answer, and answer will be exactly from the reading comprehension passage, but there might be a slight difference. When the sentence is being used in a continuous tense, you have to be writing the answer in ing form or in past tense ed form. That's why grammar sense, general grammar, common sense is also important for everyone who are focusing on the reading part. And why gap fillers? Next part is the gap filler. Gap fillers are a bit tough. Why? The reason is gap fillers will be either, a kind of a paragraph given to you, leaving away some gaps. Okay, some gaps will be left. But that paragraph will be a summary of the main passage. A paragraph given to you by the examiner will be the summary of the main passage of the writer. So some third party has given you the paragraph. Okay. But the words which are there will be exactly from the passage. No new words. You need not use your brain to write your own answers. Words will be there from the passage. Okay. So you need to understand the idea of the author as well as the examiner and match it and find out where the place is. Either from the middle part, mostly gap fillers will be there from the middle part, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs or 5, 6, 7 paragraphs, likewise. Okay, and also our examiner will paraphrase and write his own version, and writer will have his own version. So you have to see where this paraphrase and the own version of writer is matching, and then you have to find out the answer and present it. Answer will be there present only in the passage. You need not write your own answer for any question. Okay, so these are the gap fillers. That's the reason why matching with both the content of the writer as well as the examiner is a bit a challenging task. Therefore, it might be a tougher one. Okay, and look at the short answer questions. So you have short answer questions also. First of all, read the heading given for any question, whether it is reading comprehension, sorry, reading session or the listening section or the writing section. Minimum habit or habituating manner for you all is that read the question, okay, instruction, and note the word limit. I said, note the word limit. Even for listening also, we have to note the word limit. And read and understand the questions. Try to understand the questions and think about the information you will need to find. Keywords, underline the keywords. Please mute yourself. Somebody is on unmute. Please mute yourself. Okay. And find, okay, this is general already. Whatever I said before, the same thing are the points which are being mentioned here. Underline the keywords of the question. Think about the synonyms or paraphrases for these keywords. Sometimes a keyword may not be exactly found. The related word could be found. Okay. And I request the host to mute Mr. Harry. Please mute, ma'am. Ma'am, please mute yourself, Padmavati, ma'am. మీరు మ్యూట్ చేసి ఉంచండి, అన్మ్యూట్ అయిపోతుంది, సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సౌండ్ చేయకూడదు అసలు. Sorry for the trouble, friends. Okay. So as I told you, for a short answer question also, find the keyword. If the keyword is not found properly at that particular point of time, you search for the synonym. Synonyms are not the meaning, synonyms are the related words. So that's the reason why you have to have a knowledge on vocabulary also, but not too much like as in GRE and all. Minimum sense of vocabulary is very important, because you have to, if you are to be getting efficient scores like 7 and above, you have to having a right sense of vocabulary to understand the meaning also. So go with the paraphrases and the keywords, and scan it. After skimming, scan it and stop there. After you have found a keyword, yes, and also you found the information matching to your question, stop there. Now you read the question once again. Read the question once again. Verify. Yes, whatever I have found in the passage is really equal to that of the information given in the question. If both are matching, okay, then you answer the question accordingly, right? So, first thing is paraphrase your question, find the keyword. If you are not able to find the keyword, find a synonym of the keyword, trace the exact meaning of whatever you found, read the question again, match the meaning, try to find out the answer, and repeat the same process till you finish all your answers. And always remember, with a commonsensical approach, that the questions will be given only in order of sequence, chronological order of sequence. Okay, right. And then you go for sentence completion, the same strategy which I explained: keyword, skimming, and then scanning, right? And then these are all the same things which I have but still I will tell you. First of all, even for sentence completion also, friends, reading sentence completion is read the instruction carefully, because for a sentence completion, again, you might be answering in a single word or not more than 3 words. Be careful. Okay. How many words you have to write? And that is very important. And first of all, look at the second point. Read the incomplete sentences first. Okay. And when you read the incomplete sentence, you will understand what kind of word you should use, or what kind of grammar sense you have to use to predict the answer. Okay. Next, also think about the keywords and how they could be represented by synonyms or paraphrasing. Okay. So underline the keywords, try to search the keyword either in the same way. Sometimes keyword will not be present in the same way. So you find out the related word which is related to the same, and paraphrase your sentence of the question. Find it in the passage. Okay. And locate the information by scanning. So after you found the keyword, scan it. Scan means thoroughly read the 2 lines and after 2 lines. Or read the whole paragraph, which is having nearly, paragraph will not be beyond 6-7 lines. If you are not getting answer with 2 lines technique, still you have a confusion, read the whole paragraph where you found the keyword. It will take 1 more minute. 1 more minute will not be any problem for you. So read it thoroughly. Okay. And if locate the answer. And when you located the answer, which is exactly from the passage. Here, because it is a sentence completion, you said, no, ma'am, you said the word will be exactly from the passage. Yes, but in a sentence completion, check the grammar sense of the sentence. Okay. When you are not matching the grammar sense of the sentence, you cannot answer the question properly. So, really very important aspect to be tested or to be implemented is grammar and spelling also. Spelling everywhere. In reading or listening, spelling is a common thing. But grammar is very important here, especially in reading in sentence completion. Okay. Now read the incomplete sentence once again and study the reading text more carefully to establish the answer. Oh, you found the information, keyword is found, synonym is found. Yes. So again, read the incomplete sentence. Match it, like multiple choice matching, which we have done. Check your spelling and repeat the other sentences. This is how you would actually go with sentence completion strategy. Now let us go with the summary completion strategy or else gap filler strategy. So gap fillers, as I said, they are a bit twisty. I don't say, see, difficulty means it might not be difficult to many students and it might be very difficult to many students because this is a standard question. Headings, gap fillers, true or false questions are the places where they are being trapped. Students are being trapped. There the score varies. Okay, easy passage will be made to be tough when the question becomes difficult, right? Fine. Now when you're going in the summary completion strategy, first of all read the question carefully. As usually, note how many number of words you have to write according to the instruction, also according to the gap which is being given. Okay, sometimes you need to write only one word, okay, or hyphenated words or plurals. Accordingly, you have to. And if you should get the words from the reading test or a list, you have to really see how many words you have to write. Then you have to skim the summary and try to understand the overall meaning. This is very important, friends. You are not going to read the paragraph immediately, passage immediately. First thing is in summary completion or gap fillers. I said to you, it is a summary written by the examiner from a British Council or a Cambridge University. Especially papers will be from Cambridge University. Council is just an examination, qualifying center. Now the examiner will write the summary and delete the words, making the gaps. So first thing is understand what is the summary about, not the paragraph. Sorry, not the passage. Okay. Now try to predict the answer before you looking into the reading test. Okay. So because it is generalized and it is a summary, you can try to predict the answers. Oh, this might be the answer, this might be the answer, this might be the answer. For some questions of gap fillers, they might give a box, and in the box, some choice of words will also be given. Suppose gap fillers, fill in the blanks, are 7 in number, the answers might be given to you in a box of 10 in number. So the difficulty lies in answering only those 7 as the answers and leaving 3. That is again a confusion. Sometimes they won't give you the words, which is actually easy for you to trace out. But it takes time for you because you have to search. But you won't have any confusion, right? And try to predict the answers before you look at the reading test. Also think about the word type. What type of word you have to write? Either a noun or a verb or adjective. Action word or a noun or else an adjective. And friends, always nouns are not only the names. Nouns can be abstract nouns, okay, like sincerity, dedication. So these words, which are the answers for question what, are also important that you have to focus upon. Remember, nouns are not only the names. Okay, next. Now, if you have a list of words, try to guess which 2 or 3 the answers might be. Already I said, no, if you're given a box of words, maybe from the box, without reading the passage itself, try to find out. I'm not telling exactly the answers will be found out, but at least your work will be reduced. Okay. And 2 to 3 words which might be matching, and pay attention to the words that collocate well with the words in a sentence. Only this presentation is left behind. Tomorrow, in the first 10 minutes, I'll be showing you a presentation on collocations. Okay? General usage of English by the native learners, native speakers. So if that collocation is matching, yes, normally that will be the answer. If you have a knowledge on collocations, gap fillers can be easily 50% done. Okay? Now, after you have done this random exercise for 2 minutes, means first what did you do? You read the paragraph which is given in the question, which is a summary. And you are thinking about what answers will be suited. Let's say two or three are the answers which might be suited if they are given in a box. Okay? Now, you have to go to the paragraph because you might have read the paragraph once or twice before that. So read the passage and try to find out, okay, the synonyms or whatever which are related to the keywords which are being given. And normally the answers would be found. See, they will not be scattered. The reading comprehension gap fillers will not be scattered from three paragraphs. It can be, that they'll be densely found in one paragraph or two paragraphs maximum. So it will not spread more than one paragraph to 90% and only 10% to the second paragraph. So you need not waste your time. You might feel, ma'am, I wasted time to find out the answers, but no problem. If you have used 2 minutes or 3 minutes there, here you come back, you will not waste your time. You can easily answer this. And look at the part of the section more carefully and choose the correct answer. And remember to be very careful with the synonyms. Be very, very careful with the synonyms. Okay. And also look at the grammar sense which you're making. I repeat the strategy of gap filler. First thing is, as usual, underline the keywords. But don't go into the passage immediately. Okay, don't go into the passage immediately. Underline the keywords, but that keyword will not match at all. 90% they won't match because I'll tell you why. This is the paragraph in the question written by the examiner from Cambridge University, and the passage is written by some other author in the world. Okay, so this is his view, examiner's view. That's why we will not 100% depend upon the passage. For answers, we have to search for the passage for every blank. But before that, we have to do some more background work before going into the passage. Okay, right. So read the paragraph first. Try to trace at least one or two answers or maximum three answers for every blank. Then you try to find out the synonyms or the keywords. Trace 50% keywords might be there. So trace, because you paraphrase some keywords. So you trace them, scan them, and try to find out the answer. But when you're writing the answers, be very careful whether you have to write a verb or an adverb or a noun. And also check the grammar sense. If the grammar sense is not even matching, if the words are correct and the grammar is not matching even, then your answer is wrong. So be very careful with the grammar, especially in sentence completion and summary completion. Okay. And next is matching information. See how the matching information question will be given to you. First of all, they'll give three choices. We have already done all types of questions when we have done our 1 week of reading. So they'll be giving you 3 or 4 choices. And there will be some 10 sentences or 8 sentences where out of 8 sentences, 3 sentences will belong to the first set of A version which is given, and 2 will belong to the second one, and 3 or 4 or 2 will belong to the last one. So you have to identify first of all what are the various aspects of A, various aspects of B, and various aspects of C. That's why it is called as matching information. A, B, C, some words, synonyms, or phrases or sentences might be given to you, where below that you will be given the questions where you have to match for the first or second or third. Okay, it's not direct matching heading, it is matching information. Okay, it's easy, it's not tough at all, because answers will be found. One paragraph you can find the answers for 4. Okay, See, for example, 1, 2, 3, 1 to 8 questions are given. For 1, 2, 5, 8, the answer might be A. Okay. Then the rest two questions you might have the answer B. The other two questions you might have answer C. And ABC will be given to you. Okay. Right. As usual, you read the instructions carefully. Read the questions first. Think about the synonyms. Paraphrase it. Okay. Then try to identify the answer. This is the same technique which we are following, but the repetition of it and the sequence of it. For some questions, it has to be done first. For some questions, it has to be done after. Okay. And this is the easiest. Like multiple choice, this is matching information is also the easiest version, very easiest version. But where the difficulty lies in this, if you are not looking at the negative words. Already I said in some sentences, multiple choice questions or so, you have to look at never, not, nevertheless, all those. If you're not looking at those words, you may end up in a wrong answer. Okay, so matching information is important. And then skim the passage and scan it. Read the questions again to predict the paragraph contains the answer also. Okay, you found out some information. You look at the question. Oh, is it really matching to A? Or if there is a word not, then it will belong to B. There you have to stop. See, the most of the students will make it wrong where, when you go to a particular place, you found some keyword, you found some sense in it, you are excited to write the answer, but you will miss the link word which is there in the form of a negative word. Be very careful when you're answering that. Okay, right. And scan the text, and you can just definitely, after scanning, you can find out a word which is related to that or a synonym related to that. So try to make it as the answer. Check back the question statement. Again, look at the question. Verify whether it is matching or not. So I repeat it. ABC will be given to you. 10 questions will be given to you. Few will match to A, few will match to B, few will match to C. Okay. Now look at the number 1. Underline the keyword. 1 to 10, underline the keywords. Go search for the keyword. Okay. After finding the keyword, stop there and again read the question. Number 1. If it is matching to that and that part is related to A, then the answer is A. And if that part is given in A and in the question number 1, it is not mentioned, then it is not A, it can be B or C. So look at the negative words also, right? Which are really very important. So that is matching information. And the last but not the least is matching headings, right? Very important and time taking. But when you have done, I'll tell you what is the advantage of matching heading. Matching heading, for example, one passage, reading comprehension passage may be containing maximum of 10 paragraphs. Very maximum. If they're long paragraphs, maximum 8, minimum 8, maximum 10 paragraphs. Okay. For matching headings, they may ask you to give the headings for all the 10 or only 4, picking up for paragraph A, B, C, D. Only 4 they'll ask you, or else they may ask you for all. But the difficulty lies here is, suppose you want the answers for 4, choices given to you, already headings which are given to you to match to A, B, C, D will be 10. You require only 4 answers, but the choice of answers are 10. So you are into confusion again. Already it's time taking, because in order to answer the matching, you have to read the whole paragraph thoroughly. Okay. So paragraph A, C, D, F. Okay. So normally how you used to do, you used to read the paragraph, search for all the choices once and all, and then you go back, match again, come again, do all those, which is very wrong. Okay, I'll tell you a very easy technique, and mostly all of our students have got full on full in this matching headings. Maybe major 1 or 2 mistakes the students have got actually. They did it very easily. Even gap fillers also, they did it very easily. I was so excited when the people were answering the questions. Okay, so the thing is, first, don't look at the passage. Go to the headings. Okay, questions They give you A, B is small Roman numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Paragraph A, paragraph D, paragraph F, paragraph G. Likewise, they give you. So answers can be 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. First, you go to 1 to 10, the choices which are given. Near that, use your pencil and write your paraphrase. Means write what did you understand from the sentence in your own friendly language. It will not take more than 1 minute. Even we practice that also. Every one of us practice that also. Not even more than 1 minute it takes. You are not reading the passage first. You are reading the the choices which are given and writing what you have understood in your own version, which is nothing but a paraphrase. Writing in your friendly language is called as understand in your own friendly language is called as paraphrasing. You write there. Now you have owned all the sentences. If you haven't done your paraphrase, you're still in confusion. Fine, that is the first step. Now, paragraph A is given. Go read paragraph. See in the questions, paragraph A, paragraph B, paragraph G, paragraph H. Okay, so paragraph A, read. And mostly when you read that, you may find 1 and 7 are the answers. But read thoroughly, okay, and also when you're doing them, try to underline the keywords of 1 to 7. Yes, you found out as a first step 1 and 7 are the answers. Now the next step is underline the keywords of 1 and 7. Whether the concept of that passage is matching to the keywords of 1 to 7, 1 and 7, you look. And there itself you can find out the answer whether it is 1 to 7. If no keyword is matching, it's only a general issue which is being discussed. Then okay, you are guessing that it might be, they might be answer, but the keywords are not fully matching, the concept is not fully matching, there might be a negative word which you might have missed. Okay, so then you can easily frame that this is the answer. Once that is, see, that is the general version to answer. Don't go to the passage, read the headings, paraphrase them, then go for searching. Okay, and after searching, do the scanning and skimming properly, find out the keywords and trace the answer, whether it is 1 or 5 or 6 for paragraph A. Okay, after doing that, cancel. Suppose for paragraph A, 7 is the answer. Cancel that 7, strike it off for yours, or else just put a dot, a cross there. That means it is used. You cannot use it for the rest of the things. Then go for the next so that the confusion will be reduced. Again, if you look at this, if you're very particular, you're 100% sure, leave it, because you 90%, 99%, even not 99%, 100% you will be sure about the answers, because paragraphs on the whole you will understand very easily only. Okay, now read the instructions carefully for matching headings. Read the question first. Think about the synonyms and how could you paraphrase the statements. So you paraphrase them, and this will help you identify the answer. If you paraphrase, you will find the synonym or the keyword in your passage. Paraphrase is nothing but saying each statement in your own words can help you do this. And quickly skim the reading text. I don't say scan, you skim the reading text. Paragraph A, skim it to have the general meaning and try to understand the general meaning of the text. Okay, again, you have found out two answers, no, 1 and 7. Again, read the statements, or else you have written the paraphrase for all the sentences, then match. Easily you could find the answers. Read the question statements again and predict the paragraph contains the answer. Okay, and if you are not immediately in the first step, then take the keyword, search for it, and scan it. Scan the text paragraphs. You think you might contain the answer for synonyms. If you find a possible answer, underline it. Okay? And now check back with the question statement and mark the answer if it is correct. If not, move on to the other paragraphs. Okay? So this is how you would rather go with. Okay? This is one version. And the other version is, see, first one version which I told you, this is the other version which is explained here. But one version which I told you is read the headings, Make them friendly by writing your own meaning near the headings. Okay. Now read the paragraph. Try it because you already made your sentences to you friendly. Try to trace the headings. And if you find the keywords which are related to any one of the headings, check. If they are matching, yes, you may come up with two answers. Then again, you scan two or three answers. You scan thoroughly and try to get the answer. After you have found the right answer, just cancel that answer so that you will be, left with exact number of needed things so that the confusion will be reduced. So this is how you will be going with the matching questions. Okay. Now cross out any headings that they have already given you, underline the keywords in the headings, examine the first line and the last line of the paragraph. Now how to make the meaning of the paragraph, I told you in the skimming process only. First line as well as the last line should be done. Okay, check how the first line develops throughout the paragraph, how the paragraph is being explained by the author, how it is being continued by the author in explanation with examples and all. Check the topic mentioned throughout the paragraph. What is the main topic? Is it about internet usage or disadvantages or advantages? Okay, general usage or advantages or disadvantages. Then you can easily find out what is the answer. Okay, so this is how you go with the headings, matching headings. So today we have done all the techniques of reading, that is true or false not given, multiple choice, sentence completion, gap fillers, short answer questions, and all the strategies, summary completion, means short answer questions. This is also, these are gap fillers, summary completion are nothing but the gap fillers. Matching information, easiest question, but you have to have patience, time taking, bit time taking. And time taking questions are, you have this matching headings, true or false not given, and matching information. These are time taking questions. Rest are very easy. Even I would not put matching information because after you found out the information, it is easy to trace the answer. I would rather put gap fillers in time taking process. Okay. So be very careful with the three traps, true or false not given, gap fillers, and matching headings. But when you do matching headings first and you complete the rest of the questions, it is easy. Maybe it takes full 10 minutes time to complete matching headings or 15 minutes time. The second question will not take even 2 minutes or 3 minutes to complete or maximum 5 minutes to complete. Okay, because for matching heading you will be reading everything of the paragraph. For the rest of the questions you won't read. Then you may ask me, ma'am, should we read whole thing? No, don't read please. If you read, you can only answer one passage in all the 60 minutes. You cannot answer all the questions. Okay? So this completes your reading strategy. Tomorrow we'll do the rest of the three strategies which are modules and the strategies which are required for you. And any doubts regarding reading and all, please come back to me tomorrow. Or even now also you can ask me. I'll give you 5 minutes time. Okay? Yes, it's your time, friends. Recap classes, we would not be in a position to do every question, but we have completed every question, taking at least 4-5 paragraphs, not only 4-5, nearly 10-15 paragraphs we have done as homework and classwork. And you people have done really well. Remember that. Just simple technique, key finding keyword, paraphrasing the sentence, skimming, scanning. Finding keyword, paraphrase, skimming, scanning, read the question again, write the answer. 6 steps for everything. Okay, only for gap filler, immediately don't scan or immediately don't skim. First read the passage. First read the paragraph. Paragraph is different from the passage. Paragraph is set of sentences. Complete gives a complete meaning, whereas a passage is a set of paragraphs. Combination of paragraphs. Friends, any doubts? Try to do 1 or 2 passages tomorrow and come to the class so that you will have some doubts. Please sincerely spend 20 minutes At least 20 minutes to 3 passages, in the sense 1 hour. If you have 1 hour time, definitely do 3 passages so that you will cover mostly all types of questions. If you're not able to, at least 20 minutes, one set of paragraph, please do. Sorry, passage you do it. One passage you do it so that you will get used to it and you come with the doubts. Right? So if you have no doubts, it's understood that we can stop the class. Thank you. Tomorrow we will also be addressing, it's a very important class tomorrow. We will also be talking about the processing also, how after completion of your exam, how the processing will be done, how AP NRT can help you. It's very important.
Ma'am, I have one query about writing the answers in the answer sheet.
Yes, sir.
Actually, one of my friends suggested me to write all the letters in the capital letters
It's also a
while
very best
answering the.
option. It also a best option. So this,
Is it recommended?
yes, it is recommended. Okay, I'll tell you. Actually, I should be
Okay.
addressing that point in listening section, right?
Okay.
But I will help you right now only. Good question you have asked me. Sanjana, you
Okay.
also listen because Saturday you're writing the exam. The point is here, the identity. You see, if you have to write the answers, either write all in capitals or in small. First thing. Okay. And if you're writing in all capitals, there is no problem. Happily, you can write all in capitals. But as normal individuals, we were not used to write all letters in capitals. Sometimes a capital I, we will leave it like a capital small L. We are not practicing. So if you wanted to write in capital letters, practice alphabet. Don't think that we are grown up and all. Practice alphabets in print style every day, and write some words like a dictation. Take a dictation or write some words randomly in capital letters so that you have a practice of writing capital letters. Now the thing is, if you are not used to write capital letters, we are all not used to write the capital letters. Okay, you can write in small letters, but when you're writing small letters, okay, you have to be very careful when you're writing proper nouns. The first letter should be capital letter, rest of the letters should be small letters. If you write a proper noun using all the small letters, it is considered to be wrong. Sir, you have understood? If you are writing a capital letter, no problem, but our problem is when you write in capital letter, sometimes when we, as we are not used to write, we may have a problem. Maybe the speed of the handwriting may not be perfect. And capital I, I means a straight line and two slanting lines should be there, where we miss up when writing only one straight line and leaving it. Somebody may accept and somebody may not accept. Okay, so all those problems would be there, but capital letters is a safe side, I would say, if you practice. But if you have a problem of speed of writing, don't go for that. Then if you write in small letters, be very careful when you're writing proper nouns. First letter should be capital, rest of the letters should be proper nouns, means particular names like your name, my name, or somebody's some places names. Anything else, please write the first letter in capital. And rest of the words, general verbs, adverbs, adjectives, anything should be written only in small letters, all small letters. Okay? That's a slight difference between usage of capital and small. The problem with capital letters is the speed. The problem with small letters is you may forget the first letter to be writing in with a proper noun in a capital letter. Anything you could choose.
Okay.
Hmm. Yes, any other doubt? Okay, thank you. Good night. Please come with the doubts tomorrow. We will solve them.